Yo, what's up everyone, Lord to Ski back with another video. Today we are going to be checking out a big tug video. I'm just going to jump straight into it. No long intro, just jumping straight into it. Life and death at Waffle House.
Tug.com right now where you can see me absolutely completely naked. Well, that's not true.
I got
Chris,
my
zoom out,
blanket
let them know
'cause
I'm not
it's
completely
freezing
naked.
where
But
I'm
it's exclusive video content on extratug.com if you want to check that out. It does get a little raunchy at least.
There are pancake people, there are waffle people, and then there are Waffle House people, which is an entirely different, not even in the same conversation. For example, Alex Bowen. In 2017, he showed up to a Waffle House in the wee hours of the morning, drunk and looking for some munchies. After standing in line for 10 minutes and not seeing
I feel like everybody that goes to Waffle House, I'm not going to even lie, I don't go to Waffle House that much besides, Jesus Christ, I'm trying to get this blanket on me back, I can't even do it. Anyways, the only time I really go to Waffle House is when me and my friends are drunk, or if we literally don't have anything else to eat, and we just want that for breakfast. And also, I've been seeing that there's fights that happen a lot in a Waffle House. It's always some drunk people that just try to fight everyone.
Single soul around to help him, he noticed an employee fast asleep in the corner booth of the restaurant. As Bowen told a local news outlet, they looked tired, and I was like, go ahead and rest, fam, I got this. And that's when I got hot on the grill with a Texas
He made his own food.
bacon cheesesteak melt. What a hero. What a service-forward man. Yeah, Bowen just got behind the counter, started making himself breakfast. Because, you know, why not? When you're home, when you're at Waffle.
But he said he was high. He was high making breakfast. Would they actually be mad? Because I'm like, hey, I'm not working. To be honest, as long as they don't make too much, if that was me and I was working there when I was asleep, and I woke up and saw that, I would just be like, just make what you want, just don't make too much of it. You know, but just make I wouldn't even be mad though. I know that's technically illegal, but I would just be like, yo, it's better than me having to wake up and do that.
Waffle House, your family. And that is the vibe of Waffle House. Since 1955, they've been slinging saturated fat-soaked breakfasts to the masses, serving more than 2.5.
But dude, I don't care with Waffle House. Dude, it's so simple. But I love it though. Though I do actually like Waffle House. That I will give it. I love Waffle House. I just wish they had more on the menu. Like if you go to IHOP, like with IHOP, there's so many options, but with Waffle House, I love it, but there's just not many options, and I hate it. I hate that there's not many options as much as like IHOP's.
Billion eggs and 1.3 billion orders of grits. Personally, I think grits are icky. I was born in the northeast of America. We didn't do grits. Now
I like grits, but it depends on how they make it. If you make good grits, because I've had some horrible grits, like people that make shitty grits, and it's horrible. But if you can find someone like Waffle House, I do like their grits. But it's one of those things that I have to be in the mood for. I won't just pick it.
when I eat grits, I'm like, oh, I love wet sand. Oh, and of course, they served a shit ton of waffles, approximately 145 per minute. 145 per minute. That's a lot of waffles. Holy shit.
Damn.
But despite its successful and instantly recognizable brand, Waffle House is a weird encapsulation of the idea that there are two Americas. For much of the Midwest and the South, the iconic yellow sign of Waffle House floats delicately over every highway overpass and in every small town. But there isn't a single Waffle House on the West Coast or in New England. I was late to the Waffle House game, and let me tell you, that's a shocking thing to show up to. But this gives it a certain mystique to a large portion of the population, and I'm here
The Jonas Brothers made a song in a Waffle House.
to tell you, if you don't live near a Waffle House, you're missing out. But not on a delicious breakfast, more on a mysterious vibe. You're missing out on a bizarre slice of Americana, one that's open 24 hours every single day of the year. So Tuglets, get your appetites ready and keep your head on a swivel, because we're going into the fantabulous world of the Waffle House. Chris, edit me like going into a Waffle House. Make it look good. I want CGI effects. Here we go, into the Waffle House. So right off the bat, let's address the fact that this is a Waffle House. I don't know what was going on in the 50s, but between Waffle House and IHOP, aka the International House of Pancakes, it seems that breakfast
I do like IHOPs more, but it is more expensive.
joints thought they'd drum up business by trying to evoke feelings of home. Either that, or it was a play on House of Worship, because I guess people, maybe they went there after church. I don't know. I'm not gonna get in.
Waffle Church. Is that what it what it literally used to be called? Waffle Church? before it changed it to Waffle House? I did not know that.
To who worships what breakfast pastry. But it's true that some religious folks do have a strange connection to these places. Like Greg Phillips, a top official with FEMA. He claimed in a podcast in 2025 that I was with my boys one time and was going to tell them I was going to go to Waffle House, and I ended up at a Waffle House like 50 miles away from where I was. Phillips claims this was due to teleportation. I don't know how much this has to do with religion. Oh, and he has defended his remarks as part of his religious beliefs. So apparently...
Well, I think that dude just got high and then he thought he teleported. I think that dude just got high.
God will teleport you to the closest Waffle House in your vicinity if you pray hard enough. So keep that in mind. But
God, please teleport me to a Waffle House, please.
God cannot help you if you show up to a Waffle House hungry for pancakes. That's right, teleport all you want, but Waffle House is very literal about their name. Try to order a stack of flapjacks and they just might go ahead and beat the ever-living shit out of you. This isn't because they have some weird beef with pancakes, it's just because the grill is too hot to cook pancakes properly. And besides that, pancakes are really big and they take up too much spot on the griddle for other good things like eggs, bacon, grits, sausage, hash brown. And therein lies the secret of the Waffle House: efficiency. This isn't Burger King. You're not getting shit your way, brother. In fact, when a TikTok secret menu item of a plate-sized bacon cheeseburger on waffle bun went viral, at least one location explicitly said they wouldn't make it or any other menu hack from TikTok. They run a tight ship over at the Waffle House, and it's got it down to a science. Take hash browns, for example, which is a sentence I never thought I'd say. Instead of agonizing over how customers might order hash browns, instead the menu gives you some shorthand for how they make them. You can get them scattered, smothered, covered, chunked, diced, peppered, capped, topped, country, or all the way. And that is when the Waffle House employee makes sweet penetrative love to you. And once you've placed your order, the cooks don't have to fuss with reading order tickets.
Oh, I remember seeing this video. Dude, this video right here, this one that's like on the screen, this was so fucking ridiculous, dude. If you guys haven't checked out this, look up Waffle House training video or whatever. This is like the stupidest shit ever. Dude, I started laughing because, like, just watch the video if you haven't.
Instead, they use a marking system with condiments that indicate what the order is. For example, and this is true, an upside-down mayo packet next to a vertical jelly packet on the bottom of the plate means soft scrambled eggs. But a face-up mayo packet next to a vertical jelly packet on the bottom of the plate means well-done scrambled.
Like, what is this shit?
Eggs. That's crazy. Waffle House employees are actually kind of smart, I'm starting to realize. This is all in service to the idea that Waffle House wants you in and out in 20 minutes. That's right, you coastal liberal elites. This isn't some boozy spend a couple hours at brunch type of deal. It's a get the fuck out of my face. I gotta get to work at 4 in the morning and it's 3:45. In fact, every Waffle House can only accommodate approximately 33 diners at a time. So their game plan is make a bunch of money by turning tables quickly. And that goes into the ethos of Waffle House. They try and make it literally as uncomfortable as possible. Harsh lighting, uncomfortable booths, unwieldy employees. However, that doesn't mean the service doesn't come with vibe. Waffle House retains some of that old school 50s diner charm with its jukeboxes. And starting in the mid-80s, they created a record label to add songs about their restaurant to the mix. Now, I know this sounds like a joke, that Waffle House made songs about waffles so they could play them in the restaurants, but it's not, it's real, I assure you. Waffle Records has put out over 40 songs, starting in 1984 with Waffle House Family. Since then, they've released songs like doo-wop inspired There Are Raisins in My Toast, which has racial undertones. It doesn't, but it kind of sounds like it would. And also, the country rocker Last Night I Saw Elvis at Waffle House. The music isn't great. They have kept up with the times, though. They made a pop-punk song called Bert, which is about a woman cheating on her boyfriend with chili. Waffle House also serves chili. There's also a ballad about veterans.
Wait, they sell chili? I didn't even know that.
It's called At Your Service, and a rap-adjacent pop song called Summertime and Lemonade.
That does kind of sound good.
Yo, what's up, bro? Wait, is this that new game everyone's been talking about?
Now, Waffle Records is not going to give Def Jam or Interscope a run for their money. In fact, it's not going to give anyone a run for their money. The company even admits that the songs they make account for 1% of all songs played on their jukeboxes. But that doesn't seem to be the point here. Waffle Records is about creating lore. Since Waffle House doesn't literally do any advertising, the company relies on word of mouth to build brand recognition. And if you happen to hear a freakishly catchy and albeit...
That is true. I just now realized that. I don't think I've ever seen a Waffle House commercial on TV. Isn't that weird? Have you guys? Comment down if you guys have ever seen that. Because now that he just said that, I'm like, they don't really be advertising that. I don't think I've ever seen a Waffle House commercial on TV. Is it just me?
song about raisins in your toast, you're probably gonna tell everybody you know is the hope. It's like It Follows, you know? It's a curse, you have to pass it on to somebody else, and then you are free from the curse. That's how Waffle House operates. Speaking of insane, remember the FEMA official I talked about earlier who talked about time traveling and teleporting to a Waffle House? Well, maybe that was more than just a coincidence. Maybe that was someone telling him to do his job. You see, FEMA actually depends on Waffle House to determine the level of storms in America. Let me explain. There are hundreds of Waffle Houses in areas prone to devastating natural disasters, so they've had to develop policies to ensure the diner is prepared for storms and can open easily afterwards. Because these protocols are so effective, FEMA started tracking the status of Waffle Houses to help assess damage and determine the resources and services they'll need for disaster relief. And they call it the Waffle House Index. This is 100% real, WHI. While they don't use covert language like scattered, smothered, or all the way, FEMA did develop its own shorthanded color code. Green means the restaurant is open and offering a full menu. Yellow means they're open with a limited menu, and red means it's closed. Now, it takes a ton of bad shit to happen in order for a Waffle House to close, so seeing a couple red dots on a screen means some shit has gone down horribly. The index was created in 2004 when a FEMA administrator was looking for a place to eat while surveying the damage from Hurricane Charlie. He noticed that the only restaurants that seemed to be open were Waffle Houses, making the best of a limited menu despite being in communities without power or running water. So Waffle House says, I'll be damned if I can't serve an old man a waffle. I don't give a fuck. The lights are off and we don't have water. We can find a way to make a waffle without water. Also, that probably means that Waffle House employees still serve you food without being able to wash their hands. They do handle a lot of raw pork, and I'm assuming they're pooping. But I guess if you're in a storm-ravaged city, you'll risk it for the biscuit. Because even in a situation where there's no water, you can still order off their no water menu, which is pretty much just sausage and biscuits. But you can order it, and if there's water but no power, no worries, you can still...
How about I actually want to see this? 2 egg biscuits and hash browns, sausage sandwich. Why did you name it that? Why not the sausage biscuit? Wait, sausage biscuit. Then what is a sausage sandwich? 1 Angus hamburger, double Angus hamburger, grilled chicken sandwich, ham and cheese sandwich with lettuce and tomato. Okay, so it's pretty much just, okay.
We got hash browns and city ham, which I don't know what city ham is. I'm assuming it's some, vaccine pumped beta cuck shit. But it's even crazier to think that until Hurricane Hugo in 1989, Waffle Houses that opened immediately after hurricanes offered a full menu. But that all changed after Bert Thornton went to a Waffle House after a hurricane and heard someone order their hash browns scattered, smothered, covered, chunked, diced, topped, peppered, and capped. He was like, why are you being a bitch about this, dude? We're all dying. Basically, the staff at this Waffle House was getting their asses handed to them, and the diners didn't give one f***. They were ordering like kings in the middle of a wasteland. So Bert was like, okay, people can't control their basic instincts during these moments, so they pulled back the menu. And also, I don't want to act like Waffle House is being noble by keeping their stores open during these times. By the company's own admission, their Waffle House sales double or even triple after a big storm. And they're able to do this because they begin moving ice and food items to staging areas outside disaster zones days in advance. Before Hurricane Irene, they had eggs ready for action 10 days before that shit hit ground. And along with prepping food in advance, they also reached out to a crew of people called the Jump Team. This is a group of employees from surrounding regions who are on call in case they need to come in and help with things. It's like
okay.
SEAL Team 6, except for instead of killing Bin Laden, you're crushing the grits. Not only that, but they...
Brother, the fact that they have all this shit going on in a Waffle House is crazy. I didn't know that there was this much, stuff going on.
They have an RV that serves as a mobile command center, providing satellite...
They have a on-the-go fucking command center to deliver food.
Phones and internet connection to restaurants that lost communication. So I wasn't joking when I said they ran a tight ship. They literally have intercommunication powers. In theory, Waffle House is doing all of this to serve the community, but their reputation is about as questionable as ordering a Texas bacon cheeseburger melt at 3 a.m. Of course, like most big chain restaurants, Waffle House does not have a squeaky clean reputation, but you gotta break a few eggs to make an omelet.
Whoa.
What's that?
I just built a budgeting app in Base 44.
Guys.
Oh, it's a breakfast video. When you're serving as many customers as they do every year, weird shit is bound to show up on somebody's plate. And that's exactly what happened to a man in Ohio last year when he ordered his hash browns smothered and covered and then found himself chewing on a tooth. A tooth. That wasn't his. Who's losing a tooth? Hey, if you lose a tooth, did you not notice?
I would sue them. If he didn't sue them Dude, I think he should.
Of course, the customers are as guilty when it comes to this kind of behavior. I mean, it's Waffle House. In 2013, a couple was caught having sex in the parking lot of a Waffle House, which, whatever. People have sex in any parking lot. It doesn't really have to do with Waffle House. But when the police arrived, they asked the couple to put on their clothes, and the woman was so drunk that she tried to comply by wearing a cheeseburger as a sandal. So that's... You gotta be... I've never been that drunk. Like, when I hear people, like, literally brain dead, I've never been that drunk. Put a...
God...
cheeseburger on your foot. But as wild as the employees and customers can get, the company often just behaves just as badly. In fact, a case accusing Waffle House of violating the Americans with Disability Act went all the way to the Supreme Court, and they lost. So, whoopsie daisy, that day, breakfast and justice was served. I'm done making these jokes, I'm sorry. But it turns out Waffle House is always in some kind of trouble. Earlier this year, a grill cook sued the company because allegedly her supervisor kept, quote, groping her ass, Jesus Christ, and her district manager refused to do anything about it. He was like, it's Waffle House. We're all grabbing ass. Grab some ass yourself. And sadly, that's just one part of the disturbing sexual misconduct that happens at this company for some reason. In 2009, they settled a lawsuit after accusations that a night shift cook harassed multiple servers with unwelcome sexual touching and frequent requests for sexual conduct. Just going in there grabbing shit and asking for head. That's crazy. At a job? At your job? Former Waffle House CEO Joseph Rogers Jr., whose father founded the company, was sued in 2012 by his longtime housekeeper for sexual harassment, which not really involved. I guess it didn't happen at a Waffle House, but it just goes to show what the leadership was all about. Although he did claim that she was just trying to extort him because she secretly recorded them having sex. So she claimed that the tape was needed to prove the abuse. Just not fun. This video is about fun things. It's Waffle House. What are we doing? But wait, there's more. It's racism. It's racism. Since 1995, the company or franchisees have been named in over 100 civil rights lawsuits. But the lawsuits, they even further back than that. 1984, a server claimed that she got fired because she was in an interracial couple. In 2001, a group claimed they were forced from their seats in order for white customers to sit, and Waffle House was sued twice in 2005 for employees telling black customers that restaurants wouldn't serve them. And the list goes on and on. It got so bad that in 2018, Martin Luther King Jr.'s daughter called for a boycott on them because they were so racist. Just think about that. You're so racist that Martin Luther King's daughter is coming for you. That's just bad. Well, just to explain the vibe of what's going on at Waffle Houses, we have an expert from the University of Texas, Michael Sierra Averlo, I probably mispronounced that, and he said, people understand Waffle House as a place where certain norms are suspended, where you can push the envelope a little bit. So if you're looking for a fist fight, a good waffle, and your house just got destroyed by a hurricane, you know where to go. Waffle House might not be the breakfast we want, but it might be the breakfast we deserve. Thank you for taking this deep, dark dive through Waffle House. Maybe we'll do IHOP next, but IHOP's doesn't have the same vibe. I love IHOP, personally. That's the northern in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment, and subscribe. New videos every Saturday, sometimes Wednesday. And check out Extra Tug, $4.
Well, that was an interesting video. I'm not gonna even lie, though. I did not know that Waffle House has that many, like, stuff going on. Like, I knew about, like, the fights, you know, that happen at Waffle House when people get drunk. But I didn't know they was, like, all racist. And I didn't know they had a whole fucking OV truck meant for like delivering food and shit when there were hurricanes and shit. That was an interesting video. I like it. If you enjoy this video, like, subscribe, follow me on my Instagram and Facebook as always, and see you guys in the next video. See ya.